Welcome back, everyone, to Sanity Lost, a podcast that we do stuff, and we trained over the weekend, so now we are, well, I am at least now a level 4 keeper because I have run 4 different games of Call of Cthulhu now.
That's totally how that works.
Well, if I was gonna say, if that's your standard, then you should be what
I
episode?
should be a way higher
I was
level.
gonna say like level 40 or something. What are we at now?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. If it was... I was thinking about this the other day where I was looking at Ch3P3. For people who are just wondering, Ch3P3 just happened. If you want to know what that is, I don't even know what I'm naming it, but just look on my YouTube channel. It's on there somewhere. It's the only other Call of Cthulhu thing at July 25th, 2023. There we go. I dated our recording.
How dare!
I know. Who would date the recording flashback to the very first episode? So what you guys get on Prime Day?
Yeah, we've been
As the
dating our
episode-
recordings from the beginning.
As the episode comes out in October. But no, I was looking at it, I'm like, if I go back to the first game that was streamed and compare it to like the stories and stuff that we're doing now, I'm like, they're way more interesting. It's like Sky Pirates was the beginning, which I felt that it took a little while to like really get going. And then when it did, scheduling trash happened where it's like we kind of lost
ruined everything.
all momentum. I really feel like Raven Scales, that really didn't start like really taking stride until you guys got to Cresthaven.
Yeah.
And then Grintax never got off the ground. That's something I'm like, I think I want to go back and redo Grintax Academy.
Yeah.
Like so like as I like kind of look and read and like figure out story wise a little bit more. So I'm like, I think I would want to go back into there, but I don't think I think it would have to be a different system. So, but anyway, but then it's like I was looking at the start of those and then like comparing it to like the stuff now, like specifically like the Blades in the Dark show that's coming out now, Sanity Lost, the Traveler series, Nomads of the Cosmos, like all of those things. I'm like, I feel like I appreciate those stories a lot more, the way they're going.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing I think I just don't like sword and sorcery.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many other tabletop RPGs and like ways to tell stories. Personally, Cthulhu is one of my favorites, and it always has been. I love watching people play it. I love playing it. Like this is like my sweet spot personally. So I feel like just like finding other systems to play is so fun.
Yeah. Not everyone goes with that mindset, though. They're like,
Yeah.
if I can't roll a d20 and 30 other dice and make sure I do a almost impossible math equation to know if I can actually hit something, it's like that.
Or
sounds
how
like
much
the
damage?
worst.
Yeah.
I hate
2d3
Or you
damage.
wait
plus
like
7d5
you wait an
plus-
hour for your turn to come and roll a 3, and then you're like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
You have to wait another hour. That's John's favorite way to play games.
That is like my perpetual D&D experience, and it drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, and then it gets to the spellcaster's turn. And it's like, oh, what should I do? It's like, you literally had 40 minutes to find out what
Oh my
magic
gosh.
missile level you're going to
I
cast.
know.
No.
Just like,
And then it takes them
Oh my
another
goodness.
20 minutes to read all of the skills and the spells
which-
and
which when we were doing Pathfinder combat, I think it flowed pretty well, is like, because one thing I was trying to do was whatever player was up next, I would tell you guys, like, you're up next.
Yeah.
So get whatever you want to try to do. up, and it's like we were still learning our characters.
I mean, honestly, when we were playing Pathfinder, I literally spent from the moment that I finished my turn until the moment I started my turn just reading my skills because I had no idea what I was doing. So
Yeah, I tend to do the same sort of thing too. It's like, okay, I need to, how the combat is flowing, but I need to be ready to figure out how I'm going to react in that environment as it's going.
Yeah.
Yep.
There needs to be a video series out, because there's so many video series out of just like how to be a better GM, DM, keeper, referee, whatever. Like how to manage like being the storyteller. I think there needs to be a video series of how to be a better player.
Yeah.
And like one of them is learn your stinking sheet.
Learn
Know what your
time
abilities
management.
are. Like, before you play, know what abilities you have, what random piece of trash I gave you. Because let me tell you, I don't remember. Hey, spoiler for anybody that plays in my game. 90% of the stuff, items I give you, is made up on the spot. Okay?
I feel personally attacked right now, Dave. I just want you to know.
Yeah, most of the stuff in Ravenscales, I give you guys, and then I was like, there we go, I know how this can tie in. I don't think you guys still haven't found out one of the things. No, who's typing in the Traveler Discord? Who is this? Oh, it's Nate.
The X trending topics.
Yep. But yeah, no, there's a few things where it's just like, it's very... Like, there are a few things where it's just like, I try to think of it, but it's like, there's so many stories that I hear of people that are just like, of DMs like, I tried to give them this item and they wouldn't do it, so I'm just like, and it's like, it would have helped them so much, and I'm like, no, like,
That's a problem.
I don't like, yeah,
To
it's
some
their
extent,
problem,
anyway.
but at the same, yeah, but it's like, that's why I don't like giving items like, which I think shows more in the game I'm making, where items are just very much answers to like theoretical problems. They don't actually give a numerical bonus.
Yeah. I think it also depends on like how you like John and I talk about this a lot when we're playing video games. Like, how does the game teach you to play the game, right? And like one of my biggest frustrations in video games is when a game teaches you to play it a certain way, and then like halfway through it like takes a hard left turn, and like suddenly that way doesn't work anymore, right? Like, that's super annoying because like it's been teaching you how to play this game, and then suddenly it's like, no, the rules have changed. And so I think sometimes like there's a little bit of like a collective, and maybe it even just requires more conversation between the like keeper, GM, DM, whatever, and the players of like, if you teach your like from the beginning as a game manager that items mean something, then your players are going to more quickly assume that if you give them something, they need to pay attention to it, they need to hold on to it. But if you all play the game where like items are just kind of like fun tokens, right? Like they're just rewards, like you get better, like slightly better stats, or you get a cool like appearance thing. Like I feel like in Ravenscales, like Nate likes to like put things on for effect, but they don't super have like this big status bump. Then like, you know, when you give something to someone, it's not going to like have as much meaning because that's not how you've been playing the game. So I think even like keeping like on both sides for the GM and for the players, like keeping open conversation about like, how are we actually playing this game, and like what are our rules of play, so that if something changes suddenly, like you can catch it or redirect it or whatever. Because I think that happens, like whether it's intentional or not, like we teach ourselves how we're going to play a game, and then we just do it without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I realize I'm the type of player, even though I said, hey, learn what's on your character sheet and everything, I realize I don't use any of my abilities. I just go in and hit things and just...
Yeah.
I play a monk, and like...
Oh gosh.
And pretty much, let's see, we were level like 1 or 2. And I didn't realize I had like some monk ability like until I was like 2 or 3 levels later.
Yeah.
because I literally don't care. I'm like, I don't care if my character dies. Like,
Yeah.
I'll make a new one.
Yeah.
But I just remember where it's just like I was dead set on setting this stupid cabin on fire that I almost died doing it, and then it turned out that it was actually the answer to the puzzle. Like, I wasn't even putting the context clues together. I was just like, let's set this place on fire, and then it worked, and then my stupid character should have died multiple times, and I can't wait till it does.
I love that you try so hard to kill your characters and they somehow never die. I think that's like your curse. You really want them to die and they don't ever.
Well, it's because I realized the last time I was playing as a player that my brain can't handle just sitting in one character.
Yeah.
It's why it works really well. And I don't want any of you guys saying, well, that's an AD. Shut up.
I didn't say anything, Dave. I was nothing.
You were thinking it.
Listen, you can't tell me what to think and not think.
Yes, I can, but you don't have to listen.
What? I wasn't listening.
But yeah, but it's just like running so many games, like like Charity Blues is a good example where it's just I have, well, especially this past Saturday, 3 different timelines with 3 different events and making sure that they all work together. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, sweet. This is all in my head makes sense, but it's just like, but then it's like you have to envelop one character, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was telling Elizabeth I can't wait for the 1 year when you have multiple storylines across different game systems.
How crazy would that be if you played each one in a different game system, but the story was the same? Would your brain explode?
I haven't done it yet.
There you
like,
go.
American's very much was always planned to have different systems depending on where in the world it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you've already kind of like set it up. Oh, you're drinking the gross Coke too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest challenge would be just the remembering which skills and stats and everything else go with which system.
I almost feel like you'd have to have like some sort of like if you're going to do it for a charity event like that, like a simplified play system where you like really kind of like boil it down to like key skills.
Well, that's really what I did with Call of Cthulhu for people. Like the second game was very, very much like that, where it was just like, and like I know some players, and we should probably get onto the actual game part, but it's just like, I know some people. Like, I read this online where it's just, or no, it was a TikTok video where it's just like, hey, players, what DMs and GMs want you to do is just narrate what you want to do and don't ask what the roll. Like, they will let you know if you need to make a roll.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I do already. Like, I let you guys narrate, which was very much what was happening in the second game because it was their first time playing, to my knowledge. At least I know 2 of them, it was their first time playing. And they were all like, when we were making their characters, they were very much said, oh, I hate things where it's like, it affects the sanity and I got to figure this out. And they were both like, it was Ilt and Tobias. They were both like at the end of the game and then like messages like, oh my goodness, that Call of Cthulhu is amazing. I'm like, well, we did skip a lot of rules, but I'm glad you had fun.
Well, look at us being like thematically consistent today in our pre-game conversation. We're like in our world here talking about Cthulhu and gaming. So
yeah, it's gross. Let's talk about like cheese noodles.
Politics. We haven't brought up politics in a while.
That's never coming up. I gave up politics unless it's funny.
You gave up politics? That's amazing.
No, I was addicted to the news, and then it was like one day I was listening to a podcast about it, and like I just was sitting there and I was struck with clarity of like, I am irrationally angry about listening to the news.
I mean, it's true.
And I've been in a much better mind space since I stopped paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone else tells me about everything going on. I'm like, cool, bro.
I'm blissfully ignorant over here by choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. We should all make those choices more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's benefit to having a general idea of what's going on, but beyond that, it's not worth the time and effort.
Yeah. That's why it's like if I ever get married, should just get someone who is a psycho about the news, and they can just tell me. And I'll be like, cool, look at these shiny dice rocks.
I love the phrasing, I should get someone. That's my favorite way to talk about finding someone to marry. Should just get someone.
I mean, there's websites for that.
Away brides.
Yeah, I don't want to get in the whole dating website thing now. I don't understand it.
We need to table that one. We will never play this game if we go down that rabbit hole. I don't understand it. Dave, you're cracking me up tonight.
So, my phone turned on because I hit the screen too many times. So anyway, last time, music. So, if we remember last time, y'all were just kind of chilling like a villain, mainly not due to choice. Not from personal choice, but you guys went to the Christmas Eve Mass as a guest was brought forward. As I try to find my notes. There they are. As Matthias Trillborn. Not born. There we go. And the Harmony 3 were brought up, and they played music. Songs that I realized I said the wrong title for, and then even the one in the episode we said the wrong title, and then I posted it in the group chat, and I don't know if I can find it in like 2 scrolls.
Go tell it on the mountain.
Yeah, that's what it was. But anyway, they did that, and then Matthias Trillborn comes up and then is giving this gripping message. So gripping that some people seem to lose the ability to move. All of them do. And I believe I should have wrote this down because I don't see it written down. But he asked somebody who is Theodore.
You asked Buck Kelly. Or he asked Buck Kelly.
I heard Butt Kelly. I'm like, who the heck is that?
I just renamed your character for you, Dave.
Hi, y'all. My name's Butt Kelly. I used to be Buck, but then I went to the hospital, got crazy juice in my head, and now I'm Butt Kelly. This works really well with this music.
Yep. Are you scared yet?
I don't know.
Oh, now we have Goofy on the scene.
Oh, wait. Oh, boy. Yeah, so he, like, gets up and he's like, I don't... And Matthias is like, oh, shoot. It's been, like, a month. And I'm like... I remember he had, like, a southern drawl, but it was like... Now you just sit down now. Because it's clear that you don't understand. My phone turned on again. I'm going to put it over here. Because it's distracting me. So, it's clear that you don't understand what is going on. And, like, he just scans the room. Pretty much, Skip, you were fine. You did not have, you did not fail your power roll. Mm-hmm. Caleb and Cora, if you guys want to give another power roll, yes, and I will call on the results for a second, but Skip, you notice like that Poe, he's like jerking, like moving his hand a little bit, like to get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's like, if you gotta get out of here, you should.
I kind of, or Skip kind of leans down closer to him and whispers back, "Why? What's going on?"
I'm trying to remember what his voice. I knew it changed because he got older, because he didn't have the "oh yes," but it was like oh yes. It's I think it was something around here. It's just, look, I know I can't move my legs, but I can't move anything. You don't seem to be affected.
No, yeah, like I felt something, but it almost felt like it passed over me, but I can't leave you here. Like if we need to leave, then let's go. I can wheel you out.
We need a distraction. I get if that's gonna be the case. There's the dreams, man. It's familiar.
All right, at that point, Skip kind of like starts looking through the crowd, seeing if like just anything jumps out at him, if he can make eye contact with somebody, if like he can see somebody that might be a potential distraction. He's just kind of looking for anything.
How are you trying to be stealthy with this, or because if I remember, you're in the back corner.
Yeah, we're kind of like off to the side in the back. So yeah. I mean, definitely more trying, like not like I'm not standing up like craning looking around. Yeah, no, definitely starting to be more furtive about it.
Okay, give me a stealth roll with that. But like yeah, if you're just kind of slowly trying to look around, give yourself like an extra 10%, because like you're like with all that, I don't know what your stealth roll is, but it's just you're kind of being mindful with that.
Yep. I rolled 77 over 30.
Oh, okay, you almost got it.
You want to spend
That
luck for that?
reminds me. Yeah, I was just about to say, did you guys roll luck?
I did. Yeah.
I rolled luck and gained 1.
I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
pass, so I didn't get anything.
all right, well, we'll see how that plays off in a second. It wasn't a crit fail, so that's good. Caleb and Cora, what you guys get on your power roll?
Okay, so I
46
rolled
under
a
50.
and a 17 under 60.
Okay, so you both like feel like you broke through something, and at that point, like Matthias like turns his head and just like he looks towards the back corner, is like, oh, would you look at that? We got ourselves somebody wailing. As like he points over at in the back corner where Skip was looking, and one of the people, let's see, it was the big one. Yeah, Brother Billy, the deep voiced, the bald, dark skinned, built like a rock, just starts like swiftly moving back there. And at that moment, Cora, next to you, you notice Timmy stands up and he's like, all right, that's enough. And like, yeah, it's just like everyone like kind of stops in there, and he's just like, I thought I was gonna be on vacation. And he pulls out a gun and just fires at Matthias. The spell breaks and he just yells, everyone get out, as like no one like pretty much everyone goes there, and he's like, Mom, we gotta go. You might want to try to get Caleb and and stuff as well. And so he's like, I'll meet you back at home. And he's like, he pulls out like another gun and is just like firing at them and like draws the attention of like all three of them. Like Matthias, like he didn't hit Matthias, but he's just more like in shock and like kind of holds his head, and he's just like, all right, suckers. And like you see him pull out like knives and just chucks all like knives at Billy, and then like kind of jumps out the window as like he gets chased by the other three.
Holy cow. Okay.
Wow. Go
yeah,
Timmy.
That's
Well,
a
started
thing.
blasting.
That's a thing.
But yeah, so pretty much, let's see. Yeah, Billy and Kevin, the two men of the Harmony 3, chase after him. Sister Louise, she stays there and helps Matthias as some people are like, definitely people are getting a little bit like what the heck? And like before they can really do anything, like she like waves her hand and this like green fire kind of just like shoots up from the ground. Like nothing looks to be like burning, but like it scares like a bunch of the people that are sitting in the front row, and then they all begin like running out into their cars and getting out. But just like the town, I need y'all to roll sanity.
Of course.
As I said, this one's starting off a lot more intense than the other ones.
Alright. I'm 46 under 52.
Okay, you're fine.
And I am 10 under 51.
Okay.
That's a 68 over 54.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
Let's keep the Charity Palooza thing. Roll a D10 bit. Nah. No, just roll 1d4 worth of sanity damage.
Had to find the D4 in the mix.
Yep, it's like the caltrop.
And that was a 4.
Oh, sweet. So anyway, so all that happens. What are you guys doing? Like, people are just funneling out.
Okay, so at the moment, just to recap, there's green flame at the front of the, like, is it kind of like a wall? I know. Is it like a wall between Matthias and the woman, I can't remember her sister, whatever her name is, and the rest of Sister Louis, and the rest of, like, did she like make a shield, or was she trying?
Yeah, it's like it is cutting off any way that you guys can get up there.
To her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then everyone's headed out.
Yeah.
Is Sheriff Hudson here?
Actually, no, she isn't. She is out of town.
Of course. Okay.
Convenient.
Okay, so Cora...
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. That was always in my notes, and I forgot to mention that. But
You
it's
just
like,
want to
no,
break our reliance on Sheriff Hudson. I see how it is.
Take away our safety blankets. Okay.
She's getting her own sanity vacation from you psycho children. You gotta remember, she's like 20 years older than you.
I know. She definitely needs a vacation. Okay, so Cora...
Actually, no, I guess she'd only be 10 because like you guys were 10, 11. She was like 20, so yeah, 10 years older. So.
Okay, so Cora is going to, I'm assuming like Jillian and Ashley are like close to her. So I think she's just going to like turn to Ash and very like intensely say like, you need to gather as many people as you can and get them out of here and as far away from the building as possible. And then she's going to run over to Caleb. I don't know where we decided we were in location in the church.
I believe Caleb was, if I remember correctly, his family was more kind of up closer to the front. and you guys are more towards the middle.
Okay.
Also, give me an intelligence check real quick before you run away.
Okay.
So while that's happening, Caleb is going to be marshaling Rose and Sarah to coordinate getting the family out of the building safely and together, and kind of trying to size up the situation and looking for the town's priest. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But
Bailey.
Yes, Father Bailey. Trying to figure out where Father Bailey is to see if we can get more information about this person, group, whatever.
Alright. What's your spot hidden?
Spot hidden is 49.
That's good enough. You notice that, like, Father Bailey is one of the first people to get up and, like, kind of move up to the stage after Timothy shot. Whatever he gets called now. I forget what it is. It's not Timmy. He wants to be called
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, just Tim.
Yeah. And so he is actually unconscious on the other side of the fire right now.
Like he's on the side with them?
Yeah. And he's like unconscious. So
Okay.
and so he's up there, and if you try to go open and inspect the fire, it's like it doesn't seem passable, but without like taking damage. So
I rolled a 33 under 60 for my intelligence check.
alright, so you remember maybe back when you were inspecting the mines, when wherever it is, that when Uncle Buster was there, that the mine that you spotted that the clowns came up to, like, that would be a big enough spot. The mining equipment's out there, but it should protect people from the elements, and it's also a pretty decent defensible spot because even though old Pap has passed away, his work is still lasting there, and so you'd be able to at least protect it. You would believe that would be a good defensible point. The only problem is Tim told you to meet him at your house. So
Right. Okay. So yeah, so Cora's going to I guess alter what she says to Ashley, turns to him and says, gather as many of the townspeople as you can and take them out to the old mine. Stay there until me or Caleb or Sheriff Hudson comes to get you. I think you can be safe there. And then I think Cora's plan in the back of her head is to meet Timmy at her house, but she'll communicate that to Ashley to get everyone out there. And then I
also gotta say, we gotta switch with the music because this is a little bit more actiony now.
And then Cora's gonna run up kind of to where Caleb is, but I think she's gonna like scream out to Matthias, like just call his name. Like she's just gonna yell like Matthias as she's like standing in front of the flame by Caleb.
Alright. We'll see what that comes to in a second. Skip, what are you doing now?
So with all the commotion and distractions now, I think Skip's first prerogative is going to be to get Poe out. So he's going to, as smoothly as possible, like kind of grab his chair and start like wheeling for the exit.
Alright. Yeah, you're able to do that. You notice that Ashley and his daughter, I forgot her name, Jillian, runs out before you, and like maybe as you cross through the open door and like the cold hits you, he's like you see Ashley kind of standing there, and he's like, Skip, are you able to, in your time here, did you ever go up and visit the old mines?
Yeah, when I first got here, once or twice, I went and toured them, but it's been years.
Okay, Poe should hopefully remember where that is, but if you wait a second, one of them is a pretty good defense. My wife said that there's a good defense point, so, yeah, if you want to start getting up there, or we can try to get a car for you and Poe. Forgot, his voice is a little bit down here. Without the southern drawl, that seems to be infecting all of my characters. It's called this Code Switch, the podcast. And he's like, but yes, if we can get our people there, we should be able to get a defensive place. And then like Buck Kelly and Kelly and their kids come out. And
Kelly Jr. and Kelly Jr. and Kelly the Fifth.
Like it was a real fun. Yeah, they just skipped the fourth. But yeah, they look at like they come out and Buck's just like, yeah, I can get that open. And like he looks to Kelly and it's just like, here, can you stay with them and help them out? And she's like, yeah, go. And like him and like maybe one of the Kelly Jr. kids. George was one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, maybe George and him like take off like in George's car and to get the mine prepared for you guys to get there. But yeah, but Ashley's there trying to like tell as many people where to go. Caleb, what are you doing?
So, with the family on their way out, Caleb's gonna try to see if the fire seems like it might be something that could be affected by his runes. Because one of the runes I have is freeze that lowers the temperature of things, and I'm curious if that might be something that would break the fire.
Let's see. Oh, that reminds me. During Ch3P3, I renamed Cthulhu Mythos Pain Mythos.
I know, I heard that.
It makes sense.
If we can't edit. Yeah, because my lore is way different so far from anything else.
I guess technically we could make that an art craft or one of the other skills that you can customize the name on.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Or we can just remember that Cthulhu Mythos is just Deeping Mythos. But anyway, why don't you give me an occult check?
All right. That is a 40 over 25.
Alright. Yeah, no, nothing's... You're not really...
You need to put those dice in dice jail, Nite.
Apparently.
No, you can keep them.
Get rid of them.
I like them.
We'll switch to the other set.
Okay.
And see if it
Switch
works
to the
any
metal
better.
ones. Switch to the metal ones that I gift people that roll amazing for me. But no, so you're not remembering anything in your training about this, so all you can do is try.
So let's see, we've got...
Is, remember, when you do another rune, you cancel out the current one. Which
I am well aware of that, and I do have, like, Caleb does not go anywhere without his gun concealed on him. And but it's concealed in multiple ways, so it's not like losing the hidden on that is not completely exposing it. So we've got Matthias, we've got the Sister Louise. Who else is still on stage right now?
Brother, no, sorry, not brother. Father
Bailey.
Bailey. But he's unconscious.
Yeah, and I think he's on our side effectively, but I mean, it's never know.
Yeah, the
but
other two went and chased Tim, so they're
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, at least for
Does
now.
it appear that Sister Louise is like focusing on channeling of some variety to keep this fire shield in place?
She's holding her hand out, but she's looking at Matthias right now. Like, it looks like the bullet may have grazed his head.
Huh?
Okay, so
Actually, no, not the head. Maybe it clipped him in the shoulder. That's what we're gonna say. It clipped him in the shoulder, and that's why he lost, like, focus, and like it broke whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
So I think I want to attempt to freeze Matthias
Ooh.
and see if if we can at least give more time for this. So I'm going to cast my freeze rune against Matthias.
Okay.
And that is we're going to use the 5 luck to make that happen. So it was a
Nice.
40 over 35. It is now a 35.
So as soon as you cast it, and like you see like you're like maybe only you are able to see this inscription, as it gets put on there, laying. It looks like Matthias begins to stiffen up, and then like his hand reaches like over the rune and crushes it, and looks like directly at you.
Oh no.
You would. I like to let people know when stuff like that happens. It would have had to be at least a hard success for this to happen. So
Kind of figured it would need to be a challenging
Yeah,
one,
I-
but I didn't want to let
yeah,
it go
with
just
that-
completely
I know it's like I was gonna let you do what you wanted to do, but it's like when something like that happens, it's just like because normally it's like if you succeed, it's like yeah, it happens, but it's like no, this is one of those rare things where
Well, I also didn't want to just let it go as a complete fail either, because that could have other consequences attached.
Yeah.
Yes. And so his eye, like he looks directly at you, and his eyes flash a bright emerald green, and you feel the power that you felt come over you again. Roll power.
Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
Do it. It's funny.
That is a 0 under 50.
Nice. There you go.
Great. I'm glad that we all took up lying. So yeah, you're able to push it off, and then like you see him like kind of hold his head, like maybe he's still like kind of gathering his wits after what Tim did, and like with that like sister I'm getting everyone's names mixed up. Sister Louise just like snaps her head around, and then just like flicks and like snaps her fingers as like it looks like the fire is like slowly moving towards the remaining people. Like most of the people are like either at the back door or on their way out, but it's like this fire that isn't consuming anything, but you can still feel the heat like is slowly moving towards you. And Cora, you were running up to Kale Blessed, I remember.
Yeah, calling at Matthias. Like she's like yelling, like screaming at him, just calling his name.
Yeah, he like after all that like happened, maybe all that happened at the same time, and like you just see him like kind of holding his head, and he's not looking at you.
Okay, so I can't get his attention. All right, so I'm assuming that Cora kind of catches that he's not listening, and that Sister Louisa is moving, or Louise is moving the flame at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so she's gonna try and make eye contact with Sister Louise. Can Cora like get her attention?
Yeah, like you're looking at her, like she's kind of her eyes focus upon you because you're like the one of the two people that aren't moving.
Right. Okay. So she's gonna yell at her, if you want to have a conversation, let's talk.
And she, well, she doesn't stop. Like, she just keeps the flame moving forward. Like, you know that she heard you, but she's like, nothing changes in what her plan of action is.
Okay, so Cora is feeling very frustrated, but I think acknowledges that this is not going to change anything. She's not going to get through to them. So she, I think she turns around and just looks at, like, takes stock of who's still in the church.
Yeah, the majority of the people are now out. They funneled through the doors, and like you. Maybe through the glimpse and like the break of the people, you can see that Ashley is like guiding people like to where you were saying, like,
okay,
that he was like directing people.
Okay.
And like you even see Skip there, kind of. Well, I don't know. I don't want to control Skip, but he's like he's definitely there with Poe, like whether waiting or helping or probably not helping, but he's there.
Okay. So I think so. Cora turns back around and yells at the two, "This isn't over," and then looks at Caleb and says, "We need to go," and is going to like funnel whatever stragglers are still in the church and start heading out.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
Caleb's gonna be following after as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so like as you guys go, you notice that the green fire seems to be making like a perimeter around like as it's going forward, it's staying to the edges of the building. It's going to be making like a perimeter around there. And as you and the last few people get out, like the green flame stops at the inside of the wall, and like you just can look inside and see this through the green flames, like her sitting there kind of helping Matthias back up to his feet, and like just picking up Father Bailey and like throwing him into like a seat, like he's still unconscious, but like, and then proceeds to like tie him to the chair or whatever. But like all this like distracts you as you see this giant burst of like light come out of the direction of the woods that Tim ran in. And at this point, the majority of the people like are in cars, and the people who don't have rides are there. And it's just now, Ashley is helping Skip get Poe into a car. Actually, we'll say into his own car right now. As Ashley looks back at you, like Jillian's like kind of getting the car warmed up and everything, and he's like, "Cora, are you coming?"
No, you have to go. I have to go check on Timmy.
Okay. Look, it's just be safe. I know that you're used to this way more than me, but
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. And like he looks a little bit hesitant, and then like kind of kisses you on the forehead, and then just like, we'll be celebrating Christmas together as a family, and like runs over. And Caleb, at this point, Ashley, well, like before you leave, like Rose and like your whole family, like they're in the cars and everything, and Rose looks at you and she's like, I recognize that look. I'll watch the family.
Just get them to the mine. We'll be up there shortly.
Okay, yeah, just be safe, okay? Sarah would kill me if you if anything happens to you.
I know, and no unnecessary risks. I'm not taking unnecessary risks. But I've got to keep everybody safe.
Okay. And then we kind of flash to the inside of the car as Poe, like, slowly, like, kind of moves his head around after, like, I guess Skip, you put his wheelchair in the trunk. He's like, you need to stay.
Why? No, I gotta get you out of here.
Look, I'm with the mayor and his daughter. And look, you might be able to fool some people, but the few times that I've been up in your apartment, I saw the board. I know you're looking up something. And remember what I told you when you first came here. Those two, they're special. But sometimes I lose the bigger picture, and I think over the past couple years, you have focused on the bigger picture way more than when we first met you. You were an idiot. But listen, you need to help them.
Skip kind of like, mentally, you can see he's kind of mentally struggling with himself, sort of internal, dialogue, argument, whatever. And finally, he kind of just like takes a deep sigh and says, "You're right. I know you're right."
Mm-hmm.
All right.
If this makes you feel better, and like he pulls like this like necklace that he kept in his pocket. It's like on a leather bound thing, and it's got like a book on it. He's like, "This is my good luck charm. I expect to get this back." And he like puts it in your hand, and he's like, "Now get out of here. You're making me sick."
Skip just kind of like takes it and absentmindedly like sticks it into a jacket pocket. Looks at Poe for a second and just gives him a simple, "Try not to die, old man."
And he flips you off. Not just joking.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, he's just like, yeah. And then flash forward, "My heart." No.
And Skip just kind of like turns away and runs off back to the group.
Mm-hmm. I also like to imagine this is like as Ashley, Jillian are driving away with Poe. Poe's like, "This is the best Christmas I've ever had."
Caleb sees Skip running up and it's like, "Oh, you're sticking around to help out here? I expected you to be heading up to the mine to help protect up there."
Yeah, change of plans.
Well, glad to have you, and extends a hand to Skip to shake on, like kind of welcoming him to the group of defenders at this point.
Skip returns just kind of a quick shake and is like, "All right, what's the plan?"
We never have one. All I know is there was a bright light and my kid's out there. So that's where I'm going.
Skip mutters to himself, "Well, this can only go well."
Welcome to the crazy.
You saw what happened in the church. I mean, what more do you want?
Skip looks at Cora and is like, "Yeah, what's the deal with your kid?"
Yeah, that's a new one for me. I mean, I didn't teach him a lot of that stuff, but I wasn't. I think I need to have a conversation with him, but to be honest, I want to make sure he's alive first. I'm not sure what just happened.
Skip
make sure alive. You can kill him later.
Skip raises an eyebrow at the "I taught him a lot of that" comment, but just lets it go.
So, are you guys planning on going into the woods where you saw the light?
100%. That's where Cora's going.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Skip's just kind of Skip's new to the party, so he's tagging along.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys make your way through there. Everyone give me a spot hidden.
That is a 32 under 49.
I got a, oh my gosh, I got a 60 under 65. I didn't think I passed that.
I got a 91 over 58.
All right.
Oh,
so
what? No Percy spot hidden?
No, I know. I'm very sad.
Don't worry, wherever Percy is, he's like, I saw that.
Just lurking around. He's always there.
But yeah, he pretty much yeah, that's just a regular success, right? Was that
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, so pretty much you guys all spot off in the distance Billy and the other one. my phone turned off and I forgot his name.
Kevin?
Is it Kevin? That sounds about right. Yes. Yeah, brother Kevin. You see Billy and Kevin kind of standing there as in short, like they're just like looking around the woods as like all crazy, like if you guys want to hide, stealth.
Yeah. But maybe not.
Caleb's not hiding with a 91 over 25.
Yeah, I probably didn't pass that either, but I have to
Same.
find
46 over 20.
it. Where's my stealth?
If you didn't put any points into it, it's probably 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably, I got a 67, so I doubt I have that. Yeah, no, 67 over 43.
So, yeah, they look in your direction, and then like you guys lock eyes, and like, I gotta just figure it out. In short, like Kevin, like he begins to walk towards you, but you notice something with like as he turns, is that in the church he had two arms. One of his arms is like completely missing.
Oh no.
But then he also has these jade colored blades coming out of his other arm as he begins to like move towards you before Billy puts his like heavy hand on him, shakes his hand, kind of like scoops him up, and then emerald colored wings burst out of his back as he begins to take off into the sky as they begin to look around. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Dun dun dun.
I made the stinking X-Men.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't put that together until I was reading it.
So wait, he's missing an arm, and then his other arm is swords?
It has like a blade, like a curved blade coming out of the forearm.
On the missing arm side or on the other
No,
arm?
no, on his still intact arm.
Okay.
Promise Marvel, it's not Wolverine.
It isn't.
Woo!
Getting
All right.
Spicy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Now I bet you wish you woke up at a normal time to do another session. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching or listening. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.